It's certainly been a big benefit to me going to Quins because I think when you're an assistant coach you have an idea about how you'd like to coach, and you will make some errors. I don't think I made too many errors at Quins there, but it's just been a great learning curve for me going down there, and in many respects going down there to an area which is not a rugby league area. So I learned some real valuable lessons out coaching in general, first off, and then coaching our sport. So I wouldn't say I'm a better coach for it, but I'm certainly further down the track, and I've got a few more scars on me than I went down there. Ben Jones Bishop, I'm sure everybody knows Ben Jones Bishop, but he's just been down there down at Harlequins with me for a year, and really excelled, and probably showed the club and me in particular what he's capable of with first-team experience. So I think we'll see a little bit more of Ben this year, all of us. Ben Cross there, coming from Newcastle, who's I think you could describe him as a big, uncompromising prop, whose task is to make yards for his team and be a strong defender. So I don't know whether he's got too much frills about him, but then I don't think he needs those either. And Wella Haraki is a bit of a dynamic running second rower from Crusaders there, from the Welsh outfit, who was one of the standout performers with that, not only with that team, but in our competition. And I think we've caught a real one there, because I know there was a few clubs after him. So we've got two and a half, three very exciting new prospects there. That's going to add to what already is, I believe, still the best squad in Super League. James Lowe's there. He doesn't need any introduction. I think everybody at Leeds knows Jimmy from his last time here, and any new converts to the sport will certainly know Jimmy from his playing days at Bradford, and been an outstanding coach there with Salford, Warrington as assistant, and then as a head coach for a period of time. I have got history with Jimmy. We played there together, and I don't mind saying this, that's probably why I wouldn't have employed him, because we do know each other very well, and there is danger in employing people you're mates with. So there's a small percentage of the reason why I've employed him is because I know him. It's only a small percentage. The biggest percentage is because he's a quality coach. He's the best out there, and if you look at the market about who's going to be probably the next head coach and who's got the most qualifications as assistant and got the most, I suppose, got the most experience, Jimmy just wins that hands down. So I'm really excited about working with Jim, and he'll certainly be a benefit to us. It's been a difficult time for the club. Even though I've not been here, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out that there were some frustrations last year, and I suppose the season finished on a bit of a disappointing end there. So the players have come back in with a great sense of drive and ambition for next year, and already they're talking about putting right some things that were wrong last year. So we're going through a period at the moment where we're hopefully going to be playing a certain style next year, and I don't mind saying it. We want to be able to use the ball, and we want to be a lot more skillful than we've been in recent times. So that's starting now, and that's not to say that we're going to come up with the best attack plays or the best phases of play. It's not about that. It's just a certain style that we're going to adopt. So we're going through a period now where we're putting those foundations in place, and it's real early stuff, but the signs so far is that the players are very receptive to it. They're keen for it, and I think they're happy that we're going to rely on something that they're very good at anyway. We've got a very skillful bunch, and if you look at the likes of Simfield and Burrow and Senior, Brent Webb, Danny Badiris, some of the most skillful players in the world, never mind the competition. So I think their appetites have been whetted to know that we'll be able to utilise some of that. Yeah, I am. I can't wait to get underway, to be honest with you. So the Boxing Day game will give me a bit of a taster for that, and we'll certainly see where we're at with pre-season. And it's just one of those games that you can't really plan for it because you're in the middle of pre-season, but you don't want to pay lip service to it either. And I know it's a big tradition that Leeds have got there on a Boxing Day, so we want to do the day justice. So it'll be a bit of a gauge for us about where we are in pre-season, but certainly we'll be going all out, you know, to start on the right foot. I think that's if you asked any coach, or no mind any coach, any person of any industry, there's a job on offer, and it's probably at the sharp end. It's probably, you know, where you get exposed the most. If you refuse that job, you're probably in that industry for the wrong reason. So, you know, people talking to me already about, you know, how you're going to handle the pressure of being at Leeds and the level of expectancy. Well, I can tell people there's no greater pressure or level of expectancy than from the players themselves. And if I aren't giving them what they need, then certainly, you know, pre-match and half-time team talks, when they look at you and they want answers from you how to fix things, regardless what club you're at, that's an immense amount of pressure. So I don't want to pay lip service, and I know there are a very loyal set of outstanding fans that Leeds have got, and I really do want to do a job for them as well. But you know, I'll be lying at work at night dreaming about what the players need from me. That's if I could put it. The style of coaching I'm going to try and bring is going to be throughout the club. So I'm going to influence all the junior coaches. I've already talked to our scholarship coaches and our community and development department. It's rather than me controlling all that, that's not what it's about. But I want to have an influence on how our juniors play. And there's going to be an ethos. I mean, there already is an ethos to being at Leeds. If you're a member of Leeds staff, whether you're a player, coach, or a member of the office staff there, there definitely is an ethos at Leeds and a certain feeling about the place. That's one thing that strikes you when you get it. But I want to try and create some of that within the playing department and the coaching department. So if you sign at Leeds, whether you're 13 or 23, you adopt a certain style. And that's a certain amount of thinking within that as well. It's a bit of a philosophy rather than how you run with the ball. So we're going to have an influence over that. So I hope to see our 20s and our 18s and our 16s and 15s and all our age groups next year playing a certain brand, which again is going to be based on skill. So that doesn't start with me talking to players, that starts with me talking to coaches and trying to convince them of that.